Good afternoon, everyone. This is your Captain Stevenosaur speaking, and this is today's Guild War against FChomage. Enemy guild's pretty inactive in certain places, but they still have a decent number of players, plus they're all very high-level players, so I think this is more of a 50-50. If we can bring out the turnout, plus if we don't int as much, I think we got this, but right now the math isn't looking so good. But anyways, let's go right into the Guild War. Yeah, a lot of tough defenses, a lot of full level 60 teams, meta units, ML5s, lots of stuff to deal with. So this one, we got a double whammy right here. We got Arbiter Vildred, we got Carrot, plus we have the General Purgus. So this is a pretty scary defense, but I think we're going to go full aggression on this, take it out. The second one, though, is the one actually that scares me more, because there's just so much control. But for the first team, we can just bring our Kisei. And I think we bring our Falconer Clary here to bait the Carrot's S1s. Then we can also we have to bring Tomoka to kill that RB. So if we can kill both of these, then G-Purg just does nothing to us for the rest of the fight. But this bottom team is kind of scary with just all the debuffs and control. So we're gonna run... So this team's very squishy, so we just RB them when he dies and comes back. But who else do we bring? We can also bring T-Surin, because she has a self-cleanse. I can't really do the FCC immunity cheese here, because the Cerise will just strip the immunity, so who else do I bring here? I could bring Ravi to just survive the Landy. I could also bring Carrot, too, because even if they hit, even though these are two ice units, they're still going to get burned if they hit her. That could be some good value. Or I could bring an Aureus Knight for just some damage mitigation. Or you bring Champion Zerato. Champion Zerato actually works really nice, because Champion Zerato, he redirects the debuffs back at them. Pretty nice. If we can hit that Landy, then this would be pretty free. So I think we got this. I think there's no way this team outspeeds me unless it's a speed RB, but if it's speed RB, he probably won't be able to one-shot unless he gabs. So the thing about General Purgus is that if you hit him, he gives a CR push to the whole team, so that's why you really don't want to run AoE into him, because you're just going to keep pushing up his team members. That's why he's also a pretty good tank for endgame players for Wyvern 13, because he lowers your speed requirements, because him getting hit will push up your units. So Carrot, we're going to S3 Carrot with Kisei here. No Gab, which kind of sucks, but whatever. We got the reset, so we don't have to worry about Carrot doing her things. I think we need to make sure the RB just does not come back. So let's try to guarantee the killer. I wanted to go on the Purgus, but I didn't see if that was Moonlight Dreamblade or not. I didn't get the defense break, so that's kind of very sus.
You're not scared, are you? You're not bad.
Hopefully this kills. If that's Degen RB, I think we're dead here.
No match for me.
Okay, that's a kill. We got this. So yeah, because Kisei reset her skills, we don't have to worry about Carrot doing her burn shenanigans, so we're just going to finish her off with this. Proof of Valor. So this is a Wyvern 13 General Purgus, because he's on Proof of Valor, he's got very tanky stats, he's very slow. Actually, it wasn't that tanky, only 22k. He's not even like, he's not even a freaking good for PvP, because most tanky ones are like, well, 22k is alright if you're going like bruiser, crit damage build, but if you're going just for like the utility, then he's usually a bit higher than that. Oh, Kisei, do not die. Uh-oh.
Alright, let's victory pose. Victory is mine.
This should kill, this should kill. I think Kisei's safe.
I've been waiting to try out these new clothes.
Yeah, pretty free. So the second one, very sus, but I think we got this. Just, we got all these ways to deal with the debuffs. RB just dies, Zerato pushes it back. T-Surin's got the self-cleanse. So we got the Landy, that's good. She's not on Guiding Light, so she would have hit her anyways.
Boring, don't you think?
So my Moonlight Dreamblade and T-Surin proc, that's very nice.
There are no tricks here.
So T-Surin got the cleanse and got the push-up. So the Hourglass is a very useful, the Hourglass icon up here, very useful tool to use. You can see if people's skills are off cooldown. You can see units positions on the CR bar. Very important too, because a lot of skills push up by a certain amount. So like T-Surin's self-cleanse, at max mola, it's like I think it's like a 30% CR push. So if you're about to hit a T-Surin, like consider where she is on the CR bar, because if she's at 70% and you hit her down to below 70, she does the self-cleanse, she does the stealth, she does the CR push, she immediately takes a turn. Whereas if she was like 20%, she'd only be at 50, so you'd be safe. So we're just gonna do this here with T-Surin.
The flowers are withering.
We didn't kill the Landy. Oh, well, we killed the Landy there. That's
Don't
okay.
waste my time.
I'm ready.
Yeah, Champion Zerato very good into debuff teams.
I'm glad it's over.
Okay, this is... Get some revenge on T-Surin here from my last Guild War. So T-Surin FCC isn't as strong of a pair now thanks to Carrot, because Carrot's S3 does some pretty decent damage that could push T-Surin below the threshold. Problem is, with FCC Barrier, she doesn't get that. So I get to land the burns freely without worrying about the self-cleanse. And because Alencia has Earth, she's not going to do much to this Carrot. Ravi's here to also counterattack the T-Surin. Now for the... Who else do we bring? Well, let's just do this bottom team and see who we need for the top team. So Flitica. Flitica isn't that good on defense anymore because all you need to do is bring someone like General Purgus, or if you're a free-to-play player like Adley, who punish people who do AoE openers. Because then... well, mostly it's Flitica's opener, because what happens is Flitica's... Faithless Flitica's S2, she'll open with that first instead of S3, and does a AoE attack on the whole team, and every hit pushes up her teammates by a little bit of CR. But with General Purgus, usually that negates that, which is why Flitica's kind of fallen off of defense. Melissa and Landy here, though. I think we... You know, we can just gab this team, because like the Melissa and the Landy are pretty squishy, although Melissa's got that immortality thing going on. But I think we still go for it. We could Sage Ball this. Because maybe Flitica pushes up Sage Ball enough to just steal the turn. Because I don't think these units are that fast. Melissa's could be pretty fast, but the most Landys are like 200-ish. So my 230 Sage Ball should be able to outspeed. Especially with G Purgus pushing up. This is a Wyvern 13 G Purgus, by the way, so it's not even built for PvP, but I'm just bringing here for the utility, but also showing you what you can do for something like this. Also, Flitica's S2 also strips at 1 buff, so you might want to be careful about that. Although you could use the Fallen Cecilia cheese, where all your units are immunity with the barriers, so Flitica only strips the barriers, immunity stays, so anything happens, it's okay. But now for this team. Who do we bring here? Do we bring Crow to bait the Alencia S1s? I think we do. Yeah, we should do that. Or we could bring a Ras. I'm sure Ras has some use here. A Ras is on Aureus, and I could just S2. Yeah, I think this could work. This could work. Just to make sure. Because like once the T-Surin and like Alencia are dealt with, but I should horse someone just in case like I really need someone to die. Or I could bring actually my new Ruel of Light. The Coward's Way Out. So it just revives, heals, makes sure that T-Surin just does nothing to me.
Fortune will favor
So
us.
Moonlight Dreamblade, so that's kind of sus. Let's not hit her right now. So I'm faster than the T-Surin. This is good. I'm gonna burn her.
My secret methodology.
No melee Dreamblade proc, very good.
I was going to let you off easy.
So Alencia's S3, it does a full strip to your team.
Prepare yourselves.
So that kind of hurt. It's AoE attack as well, but I think we just heal back with it. Can we try to stun the FCC here? No stun. That's bad.
My past, regrets, and
Well, Burns still go through. Burns should still go through this, so we should be okay. He's gonna heal back though, so this is kind of.
No more mercy.
This might be a long
I'm
one.
sure fortune will be on our side today as well.
I think we heal because I don't think Alencia's gonna go on Ravi or Carrot, so
some results. I'll send you all away.
I don't know if this kills, but T-Surin is the squishiest one here, so we go for her. So my rule has a lot of effect res, so T-Surin, my FCC and the Alencia here shouldn't be able to defense break or hurt my Ravi, so this should be pretty safe. Let's get the skill null off of this.
Don't worry.
Get a free heal, that's nice.
Fortune will favor us.
So T-Surin just got, she moved up, she cleansed. So this is kind of looking a bit rough. There's no sustain except for the T-Surin, so we can just deal with these other units. My Ravi is in a bad spot right now, though. Although, I got rid of the Sigurd Sight, that's kind of bad. Hopefully this stuns. So this guy's Moonlight Dreamblade has not been proccing the entire time, which is actually really nice.
You'll regret this. I've already finished analyzing you.
Yeah, because my rule of light is light element, FCC just keeps going on her, which is very nice. Can T-Surin die here? Let's heal up. That way Ravi can solo T-Surin if it comes down to it, and she just dies to the burns. Yeah, Carrot's just very good against T-Surin, especially if there's a FCC. I'm thinking of replacing, changing up my team, because FCC T-Surin is actually kind of bad now. So as you see though at the bar, despite Faithless Lytica's S2 pushing up her whole team, because I have the General Purgus here with his passive that pushes up his team when he gets hit, like my RB and my Sage Ball just outspeed.
It's too soon to be surprised.
So we let sleeps on everyone, and I gab, so let's just take this guy out. So he just one-shot his team.
Trust me.
So General Purgus' S3, it's a stun, it's an AoE attack. It's pretty nice. It's HP scaling. It's very nice if you build him like on a crit damage build Draco Plate artifact, which is a limited artifact unfortunately, but you can still try to get it when it comes back. His S1's Provoke, which is pretty nice because it makes them hit him, which makes the passive push up his whole team. So he's very toxic in PvP right now.
I will show you greater death.
So yeah, pretty clean. Alright, let's go for the last team. What's this last team? Okay, so we got Designer Lilibit, Landy, Fairy Tail Tenebri here. This is kind of a sus team for me to fight. Then we got the Solitaria, LQC Politis. This is kind of scary as well. So for this top team, Designer Lilibit, she's a very strong unit into debuffs, but you can still play around her if you don't bring too many debuffs. So what Designer Lilibit does is that when there's a number of debuffs on her team, it gives her a charge on her thing. Once she reaches full charge, she gets to be able to do like a full cleanse and pushes her up. So she can do her S3 immediately, which is very, very scary because I think it makes your cooldowns go up by 1. So that means you can't do your S3s if she cuts you. It also does some pretty good damage too if you're running like a Draco Plate, like a Bruiser damage build. The Fairy Tail Tenebri and Landy though, that was scary. I think we could just gab this team. Like if we gab the Landy, we should be safe. Although we could do the FCC cheese here. because there's only the Fairy Tale Tenebria. So we have all of our units on immunity, FCC gives barrier, and then we just ML Crow this team. I think we could do this. I think this is the play. So this bottom team's very sus though. We got Solitaria. She's a turn 1 contender. She has stuns, she has a strip, she has AoE debuffing, like she's just really crazy. Plus, she's a soft counter to any unit with a focus in their abilities. So focus is like that, like a little orange bar underneath that the health bar that like slowly fills up. It's like units like Arbiter Vildred, Remnant Violets, SSB, like they have focus in their builds. So it does not counter units with Fighting Spirit though. So Ravi, it's okay, but units with focus like RB, like Remnant Violence, stuff like that, those are countered. Because her passive stops any focus gain. So Rylet's never going to proc a counterattack when he fills up. SSB's never going to counterattack. RB doesn't do full damage without, like, if he doesn't get the charges. So so much value with Solitaria. She's actually a pretty decent unit. She's not, I don't think she's too broken, but she's a very strong unit. Politis is a very dangerous unit for cleavers, or if you rely on pushing and stuff like that, because Politis' passive reduces all CR push by 50%. So things like auxiliary lots, like his S2, 100% CR push only does 50%. Arbiter Vildred, his revive is actually not taking a turn, it's 100% CR push. So if your RB is at like 20% CR and he dies, and he revives, he'll come back at 70%. Which is actually really, really scary. Because this could actually end up getting you killed. The LQC is very dangerous too. I can't bring dark units here. Dark units would actually be very nice into this. I think we bring Sage Ball here. There's a lot of AoE that I'm very scared of bringing like Spectre Tenebria, because if I can just survive the Politis opening salvo, I might be able to just slowly solo this with Spectre Tenebria, but it's too risky because this Solitaria might have some damage in her as well. I could bring T-Cern as well. T-Cern is okay in LQC that you have no dark units. And we could also Crow this team as well. So I think we try to just keep this team under control and just T-Cern slowly kills them all to death. Or we could Carrot this team. Carrot has some value here. We could Carrot. So we just hopefully survive whatever shenanigans Solitaria brings against us. She might go for Crow or Carrot for the stun, because I'm not bringing a Dark Bait here. So for this top team, Fairy Tale Tenebria is going to do her thing. She's going to debuff my team, but because I have immunity and barriers, I don't have immunity in my RB, but my Crow, Emma Crow has Bastion of Perlucia artifact, which gives the highest attack ally immunity and a barrier. So it's pretty free. So if we can kill the Landy, I think we have this. Bottom team is very sus, though. But I think we can do this. We can horse the LQC if we have to.
I'll be your opponent.
Okay, very slow. That's very slow. And no guiding light on the Landy, too. This is very... I'm very suspicious here. So actually, this is actually... Oh, wow. Big brain. Because my RB outsped, my RB is going to get debuffed here.
I'll show you how I do.
Very big brain of this
Shall we
guy.
bring this to a close? I'll pierce straight through.
I will honor their wishes.
But the Landy dies here, so don't worry.
That is a survival. You can just ruin my masterpiece? I'll cut you into pieces.
So the Dilibit, she does her thing. I used all my S3s already, so I don't really care. And I had immunity on these people, so these guys didn't even get their cooldowns reset. She didn't even do that much damage. She wasn't built on like a damage build. I think she was just built for like a cleansing build, which is not really good. You want her on damage, like, because you could probably squeeze in a bit more damage while still getting the ability to cleanse and cut. So she went for the T-Cern, which is actually not that bad,
Statistically,
because T-Cern just doesn't die.
on my side.
Shall I have a go?
I think we try to push back the Politis here. We have to. Very squishy Politis.
Greed will only bring you harm.
Where does she go on here? T-Surin, okay.
Leave it to me. Will you fight
Very
until
good.
the end?
So Politis, she cut T-Surin's cleansing and stuff into half, but I still had some good plays here because just
I'll show you some
I was waiting a
results.
bit before she got the push, so she was able to cut before anything bad happened. I think we just go on this LQC, we kill her.
I will fight them.
So yeah, LQC, T-Surin ended up being pretty valuable here just because she couldn't be one-shot by the
Leave it to
LQC.
me. Yeah.
Victory and honor are always mine.
And even if they could try to one-shot her, like I think the Crow, like my mitigation with Arius was enough to just protect her. So it was pretty clean guild war. We have a 60-point lead right now, but I don't know if we can catch up. Like we have some weak defenses because we have newbies that are trying to still get their wings in this game, and these guys are not. They're not playing nicely. They're hitting all of our weak towers. So unfortunately, I think we might have lost this one. But everyone just keep trying your best. We're slowly getting there. We've had some good wins, and I hope this series of commentary videos will just help people understand what they need to do against certain comps, or just a general idea of how units work, so that we can slowly get ourselves better. So anyways, thanks for watching. This is your Captain Savannahsaur, and I'm signing out. Goodbye.